Welcome to CBT News with BRIDGET FITZPATRICK.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to CBT News, and thanks so much for joining us today. Wednesday marked the end of September and the third quarter for U.S. automakers. Overall, despite tight inventories, auto sales continue to show signs of recovery from the COVID-19 outbreak. General Motors, Toyota, Honda, Ford, and Hyundai rebounded strong, finishing September with year-over-year increases despite U.S. auto sales falling slightly in Q3. Tesla also hit a quarterly delivery record of 139,300 vehicles, maintaining its dominance in the EV market. After announcing his leave of absence in September, MB USA CEO Nicholas Speaks is being replaced by Demetrius Salaskis as head of marketing and sales for Mercedes-Benz Cars North America and CEO of MB USA. This is effective January 1st of next year. In his new role, Salaskis will assume responsibility for Mercedes-Benz in both the United States and Canada. In the wake of Nikola Motors' never-ending scandals, General Motors delayed closing the reported $2 billion deal that was supposed to be finalized on September 30th. Originally, GM agreed to take an 11% stake in Nikola as part of the cash-free deal made public last month. However, Bloomberg reports that GM could potentially pursue a high stake in the coming weeks. After 5 years as a Formula One engine supplier, Honda has announced that it will leave the racing league at the end of the 2021 season. BBC Sport reports that the exit is part of Honda's pursuit to reach, quote, carbon neutrality by 2050 through future power unit and energy technologies, including fuel cell vehicle and battery technologies. This is a powerful message from the automaker who seeks to move away from internal combustion engines. All right, coming up next on CBT News, we have the weekly market update powered by LotLinx.
This segment brought to you by NCM. This is CBT News, the voice of the retail automotive industry. Subscribe today.
Joining us today on the Automotive Market Update are Jason Knight, Vice Chairman of LotLinx, and Doug Petersen, Director of Digital Marketing at the Larry H. Miller Group. The pair discuss changes in consumer demand and the best ways to market your dealership's inventory. Take a look.
I think we've all experienced the new normal changes every week, right? This week, it's going to be something different than next week as well. And what we're seeing is that we've really been challenged, of course, in our approach to our marketing, right? Our go-to market strategy's changed. It used to be that we would be pretty heavy on our branding. There'd be a lot of tactics that we might not normally use, and especially in a challenged environment like this, we found a lot of the times we pushed back and really thought critically, is this what we should be doing? And it's brought up a lot of interesting results, a lot of questions that don't normally be asked, which I really enjoy.
Yeah, for sure. Jason, you work with clients all over the country, large groups, small groups, and everything in between. From your perspective, what do things look like in this new normal?
I to a certain extent, I hope it's not the new normal, but I really feel like dealers are living through a bunch of changes.
Yeah.
We had wild inventory fluctuations, we had low inventory to a certain extent is coming back. We saw the traditional shift from new to used flip-flop. And I think really now where people are going to net out, or where they are netting out, is that the easy, high margin, low volume sales that we've had for the last 60 days or so, I think are going away.
Yeah.
You see some headwinds coming into the market. Sales are up. Inventory, it hasn't quite recovered yet. But
right.
I really think now the smart folks are going to be putting strategies forward to get ahead, and it's in grabbing share or positioning themselves for success coming out of, the new normal to the newer normal. Mm-hmm. And I really think that's critical. And so I think it's going to be around, as Doug said, questions that people haven't asked, but truly thinking deeply about how am I going to, gain share and gain sales without breaking the bank.
Right.
Because we know that's all too easy in marketing today.
Yeah, for sure. Doug, which channels in your suggestion should dealers focus on? What are the best channels for capturing, demand out there?
Well, we love to think about the funnel. We always do, right? I don't know if that'll ever go away. And there may not be a funnel anymore, but certainly the higher level of that funnel the more scrutinized it's going to be, and it's in a position where we don't necessarily have the funds available to us, right? So the interest generation, the radio, the TV spots, I mean, those are always going to be there. Of course, those are usually the first to go, though, in this situation. So the question is, are we going to have to come back to them? I would suggest that the last 3 months have certainly not been normal for any reason, but
Right.
regarding marketing, there has not been a big need for dealers to even put any inventory on or do any branding on any of these positions, right? I mean, if anything, they would retain specifically for inventory type advertisements. But now that we're coming back, I don't want to say normal either. I hate that word, because what is it? What does it even mean? But now that we're coming back to we're turning the corner, coming back and positioning ourselves back to January, February timeframe. We're looking, okay, where should we be? And it's a good question. And I would suggest that the best places for us to be are going to be the places they were 3 months ago as well.
Yeah.
Meaning, position yourself with the inventory that you have, that your strongest asset, with a brand that matters, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not the brand name difference. Come see the brand name difference. Come check us out. That doesn't mean anything. You have to actually have a meaning, a position, a purpose behind your name. And the inventory is the biggest part of that means something.
All right, you can catch the rest of that conversation right here at cbtnews.com. Join thousands of other auto industry professionals by becoming a member of CBT News today. You'll start enjoying access to the day's top stories, exclusive interviews with industry leaders, special reports, shows featuring today's top trainers, event coverage, the CBT News podcast, and much more. While you're here, be sure to check out Diversity in Automotive, hosted by Corey Mosley, sponsored by True Car and Car Now. That wraps up our show for today, but be sure to follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Twitter. I'm Bridget Fitzpatrick. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.
Thanks for watching CBT News, the voice of the retail automotive industry. This is CBT News, the voice of the retail automotive industry. Subscribe today.